Yeah, no, obviously start and ends with the defense for a dominating performance, start to finish. They had 36 yards rushing. I know some of it we had a bunch of sacks, which took away some, and we're all over their quarterback. I think we had 6 or 7 sacks, and then, again, tons of pressures, batted ball downs, interceptions. Just controlled the game. At no point did you feel like, really after the first couple series, did you feel like they were going to produce a lot of points on their side of the ball and our deep. But again, you got to stay with it. Some days that game starts that way, and then you take your foot off the gas, and next you know, things change. Happened last week. They couldn't get anything for 3 quarters, then they got 21 points in 3 drives. So, but good skill guys are running backs, and their receivers are really good. Obviously, our D line and our pressure, some of it was we blitzed some too. Got home on some pressures. Really, really dominant performance. Special teams are solid, other than one bad decision by Cade. Cade's been wonderful. He's really aggressive. Everybody's talking about how aggressive he was last week. And again, he knew too. He does such a good job of looking and feeling. He's got a really good, like we said last week, just natural. He looked twice, and he knew, when you look twice, it's too close. He knew, but again, we caught a break there, which sometimes needs some breaks, and we caught a break there. Other than that, and the Hester kid, they got one of the best kick returners around, and he's been that way forever. And I knew we'd kick out of the end zone with the win, but Graham kicking out, even the last one late when they had a chance, I was worried about the kick return, but just because that kid's really good. And Graham, again, he doesn't get credit for negating 50-some touchbacks. There's a lot of good returners that we've been on the side of it where we've given up big returns, and you take it for granted that he get, but the wind was blowing pretty good tonight, and he get hit, that last one, he nails it. Knocks his field goals through as always. Offensively, we weren't very good. Akron's defense was good. We knew coming in, they're giving up, like I said, Northern Illinois ran the ball really, really well against them, 370 yards. No one else has run the ball on them all year at all. And outside of Kentucky, obviously Kentucky did some nice things against them. And then we didn't get anything going in the pass game. We didn't protect good enough. We didn't have a good enough plan on offense, and not that we didn't know that going. We thought we had a good plan, but it wasn't a good plan. Nothing we did worked. So when nothing you do, we call a lot of different plays, and none of them were any good. So when that happens, you say, hey, starts with the plan, and the plan wasn't very good. So I'm not an idiot. If you play them again tomorrow, you go with a different plan. But credit them, they whooped us. They whooped us. Now we did enough. We had that first nice drive, and then we had a good drive in the third quarter, and that kind of was 10-0. We got to 16. I kind of felt like if we don't screw it up, they're not getting 3 touchdowns on our defense. But again, I said in the team, we haven't played the same game twice this year. It's been from a blowout the first game to crazy against UMass, crazy, just a wild night at delays and points and big plays and up and down to, just a whole. And again, today was not like any other game. You know what I mean? And again, next week, that's what our kids have done such a good job of. It wasn't the offensive day; it was defense day, and we played together. And we hung in there, and we protected the football until that last dumb fumble. But and we grind out. We played close to best, and we grind out 19-0 victory. You win by 19 points in this league. Like I told the team, looked up last night with 8 minutes to go in every game. All 3 games are tied. I'm like, that's freaking action, baby. I was just thinking, I don't care who we act. It's gonna be hard. I just kept telling myself it's gonna be hard tomorrow night. Don't kid yourself, Chuck. Don't buy in all the press clippings. Just look at these games. They're all tied, And there's all crazy stuff. I was trying to watch all 3, and there's crazy stuff happening. I mean, they shouldn't up, down, left. I'm like, ah. And again, part of it is it does get, because it's hard to play on Wednesday night. It's just more. There's some wild, weird games on Wednesday and Tuesday, and I think that's part of what makes action good, because it's a lot of goofy stuff happens at times, and it's just different. It just feels different than a Saturday, and it's not an advantage or disadvantage because every team's got to deal with it. We all got to play on these, but it makes so. I'm glad it was kind of a boring 3-score win, and we got out of Dodge, and we're 8-2, and we're 1 game away. We worked from January, right after the first year, even before J-term, our guys were working out at home and trying to, everybody wants to try to get to Detroit, and now we're one win away from getting to Detroit, and you got a home game against Buffalo, who beat us last year in the last minute, and they're really, really, really good on defense, and they've got pieces on offense, so they'll they had OU on the ropes last night. OU finished them off in the fourth quarter, so we know OU, how good OU is, and it's, maybe we think they'll look at their record 3-7, they're no good. Well, that ain't how it works in this league. You got to grind and scratch and claw, and if you don't, you're going to lose. So I'm proud of our kids tonight, really proud of the defense, but proud of everybody stuck together, and we hung in there together and got a nice 19-point victory. it was nice. I hadn't been yelled at by the fans all year at home. So Delaware State, we blew them out. And then I'm sure somebody yelled at me Toledo, but it was a pretty loud, raucous crowd. We kind of kicked BG's tails. And then Toledo was, I mean, I'm sure people yelling at me every game, but it was nice tonight. Wednesday, you can hear everything. So I got a lot of good from guys in the seats behind me, got screaming at me for how bad we are. I'm like, we're winning, like we're trying to get to 8-2. Like, I know apparently it's not, and I'm with you. When we run the ball and it doesn't look like I'm like what he said, I wasn't totally against. Like, yeah, that's kind of what's run through my head. But if you think you're helping us, you're not. So it's good. I enjoyed that. So
how stressful is it when you're in either a one score or 10-point game and your offense, might not get over 300 yards? It's a different kind of an offense right now. The third touchdown, you finally got the third touchdown. It's almost the end of the third quarter. So how much stress does that put on your offense and your team?
It does. I mean, again, we're capable of scoring. We got 30 points last week against a team that had given 30. We got 19. Like, we didn't try to score in the fourth. We were trying to run the clock out. Like maybe we get. We don't. So we have a lead's nice. Most fourth quarters in conference besides Toledo, we were trying to score and get that last dang touchdown. Just about every other fourth quarter in conference, we've just been trying to run the game out. So, but we don't work here. We didn't. I wasn't good tonight. We weren't good tonight. It was a combined effort. They did good. They whooped us at times, and we got enough done though. We hit the touchdown. We made a halftime adjustment. We hit the touchdown on a halftime adjustment. So we did one right thing, right, as a coach. I felt good about that one. I didn't even celebrate. Normally I feel better, but I felt so bad up to that point. It didn't make me – it was a small – but it was. We knew what they were doing. We adjusted, and we got the corner. We thought we could get the corner, and Rashad walked in. I'm like, okay, well, at least I wasn't a total failure tonight. So I got one. I take credit for that one. But yeah, no, there's pressure. There's pressure in all these games. Like, I've been in this league for 10 years. If you think any one of these games, we've been fortunate this year. We've had, besides Toledo, went down the last possession. We've had, double-digit leads in the fourth quarter in every MAC game, which again, that's rare. That doesn't happen a lot in this league. That's why you look at the one side; they're all 3-3 on there. They got Toledo, and everybody's 3-3. Like it's you look at our side, and there's 4 2s and 3. Like that's it's. So to me, there's always pressure in these games. I was nervous all day, and then it's harder when you know what's at stake. There's more pressure. Maybe some people don't feel it. I do it. I coach a long time. I can't eat pregame. It's hard, And then when you know you're not moving, it's harder. I'm with you, but you got to be smart. Play. The dumbest thing I did all night is I didn't punt on 4th and 2. I should have punted. Like, I know I should have punted. I was telling myself to punt. I usually listen to myself, but for some dumb reason, I didn't forget. Like, that was the dumbest thing I did all night. We got to punt the ball. They can't. Who cares? We gained 20 yards and they boo me, and every analytics says go for it because the analytics ain't at the Miami-Akron game. They're not at this game. They're not watching our defense just absolutely chokehold the other team's offense. But because that's what's stupid about the analytics. The analytics, it's not real time and it's not in the game. We use stupid NFL data and it's just, But I should have punted. I went. The analytics guy will say I was smart to kick the guy in the teeth. It's just dumb. Like, it was dumb. It was dumb. We should have punted. Even if it goes to the end zone, they got the ball on the 20, make them go 80 against our defense. They hit the one ball over Frizz, and now they're knocking on the door. And then our defense, that was the biggest stop of the game when I bungled that move. And the defense comes up and gets, but just one play got us down inside the 30, which we put them on the 20. One play gets them to the 40. We're still like, the way the game went, just punt it and deal with it. And probably we're not going to kick in the end zone because Bev does a great job. We're probably going to kick it down the 10, and then who knows, So, yeah, what's next?
Coach, forgive me. I don't remember the situation or whether it was into the wind, but you had the chance to send Graham out there for a 54-yarder. You chose to punt. Obviously worked out down to the 3, but did you think about sending Graham out there for a career long?
I didn't, just because it was into the wind. And I didn't because I got dumb as the game went on. But I was saying we're going to pin him down there. Who knows? We might get a touchdown defense, and then we almost did. I mean, it was close to, like, I was just thinking, like, let's put – the biggest advantage we had today, which analytics don't look at. They just look at situations in game and run stupid data. That's why these nerd math guys, who I'm one of them, I am that guy, so I understand this stuff. Like, that's exactly, I'm a math numbers. That's all I look at. I was thinking biggest advantage is our defense against their offense. So let's see if and Bev is really good. So we pin them to 5. And let's see if our defense can make that game-changing play, which they called it a touchdown. They reversed it. So I probably should have thought about game. I just think let's pin Akron's offense and let's see if our boys can go make something really good happen. So.
You may see a little bit more of this next week with Buffalo using 2 quarterbacks, but what kind of a difference did it make for you when they switched up quarterbacks?
It's just hard on the
forth?
staff because they got to have 2 plans, because especially when they're that different, just like Buffalo. I mean, those guys are just night and day different. So it's like you can't just say we're going to run like we had a different plan. We're going to have another different plan, next week. They had 2 plans. We didn't see the one kid too much. We saw him a little bit in the second quarter, but next week they run him in and out. At least last night they run him in and out every series. So, and one guy is really dynamic run. The other guy runs it pretty good too, but he's more of a drop back guy. But he's capable. But again, it's hard on the defense. You got to spend a lot of time waiting for 2 things, and then one of them might not even happen, and you waste it. But you got to be ready for it. And they were obviously did a great job. And when the other guy got hurt and went in, at least I knew they had a site, like they had prepped for that guy, as opposed to sometimes you don't prep for the backup, and now he's doing all this stuff that, like, at least they knew the plays that guy had run in the past.
Coach, anything in particular you're going to stress to Avion, your offense this week? Try to get them doing practice.
Yeah, just execute the plan better. We got to block better. We didn't do anything good tonight, so we've been pretty good on offense. And this was obviously our worst showing of the year. I was pleased. I mean, I didn't think it was pretty last week, but getting 30 points against OU, if you told me going the game we're going to take 30 on OU, however it looks like, I would have said, hey, yes, I hope you're a prophet. I'll take it. That's so. We got to execute better. We got to do everything better. It wasn't a very good night. And again, credit go Akron. They're pretty good on defense. So I'm not taking anything away from them. They had a good plan, and they physically whooped us at times. So we got to be better across the board in everything we did. We didn't do anything well today.
Everybody good?
Yeah, obviously your rush defense best in the MAC. Akron's rush offense worse in the MAC. Would you have expected 36 yards? Obviously not sack adjusted, but pretty impressive.
Yeah, and again, teams. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised by the rushing total. The shutouts, what I'm most surprised because, again, teams have a hard time running on us, and they, then we did get a lead. It wasn't pretty, but we had a lead, and then they got to kind of whip it around. And teams that can't run it good, they kind of abandon the run pretty quick against us, And Buffalo won't, because he's a defensive guy, and they're going to run the ball and play D. That's what Coach Lingard, they're going to run the ball. So that's what they do. That's what they believe in. So kind of like we were today. We just didn't do it very well. We for persistency. We humped it up in there a bunch, but we didn't necessarily have a lot to show for it. But we didn't quit on it. So, but we'll see.
Rashad, over 160 yards last week, 118 today, 2 touchdowns. How does it feel to just have that type of success out there?
Man, I really applaud my O-line, because we've been working real hard and just gradually getting better every week. So we've been getting a lot of success each week, just taking baby steps to get better, and I feel like it's going to get better along the line. So really appreciate them.
How's it feel when you're out there banging against these guys, and all of a sudden a crack opens up that you could squirt through?
Yeah, that's the best thing about a running back. You just trust your technique and trust what the coaches are saying. Believe that what they're saying is gonna work, and it does. You bust one, and it's amazing. So that's what we want.
Did Akron do anything defensively that you guys didn't anticipate?
I'll say they were really good, just being aggressive and doing their assignment. I wouldn't say they didn't do anything that we didn't expect, but what they did was what we expected, but just really good, and they kept doing it. So
your defense held Akron to 36 net yards, second shutout of the year. What can you say about that unit?
Man, the defense, they bail us out a lot of times. There's a lot of guys on there that just get it done. Salopek, Ertl was really good. I couldn't just name one person. All of them play a really good part and just getting it done. So I love the defense for real.
With the kind of yardage and success that you've enjoyed, especially lately, you do realize that opponents are going to look at that 0 as a bullseye. Are you up for that challenge?
Yeah, I mean, that's what my coaches like tell me. They just like, just trust your technique, trust what we're saying, just keep doing it, and eventually you're gonna get what you want. So I just do whatever they say in practice, and just hope it works in the game, and it does. It's working. So we're winning. So.
You look at the roster, Miami's offensive line, just a bunch of huge dudes, 6'6", 6'7", 315, 320. What's it like standing back there, just seeing those big beasts of people looking to block for you?
Hey, I feel safe behind them, and we have really good chemistry and a good relationship, like this whole team. But the O-line and me and the O-line have a really good relationship, so I trust whatever they say, and we do what it do.
How did that extra couple days work for you? Before this game.
Yeah, it gave us a little break, but I wouldn't say it was really a break because preparation was the same. We kept doing what we needed to do, and so it worked out like they said. But you always appreciate a bye week during the season. So.
You're at the point of the season, you've been taking these hit after hit for 10, 11 weeks now. How does your body feel just kind of generally after all that pounding you're taking?
Yeah, I mean, I feel good. Like when you sign up to be a running back, that's what comes with the job. So, I mean, I couldn't say that I didn't want this because that's what I signed up to do. So, I'm a running back. So, like, that's what got to be done, and I'm gonna keep doing it, playing my game. So.